This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten, here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Love yourself first, and everything else falls in line. You have to love yourself to get anything else done in the world. Good morning. Welcome to Choose to Rise, where today we're going to be talking about the self-sabotage formula and how you may be self-sabotaging and not even know it. So a lot of things, maybe you have a good thing going on. You have ever gotten to the point where you just you feel like the momentum is building and you're doing so well. And then all of a sudden, it just seems like every single time when things are going really well, something comes to a crashing halt. And today I'm going to talk to you about how you are probably self-sabotaging and you don't even know it. Once we become aware of the signs, we can start to make the changes needed to course correct and get to where we need to be going. So the quote today is, love yourself first and everything falls in line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. And I have found in my own experience that this is so true. When you are stuck in a place of where you just really are not happy with who you are, where you are, stuck in one of these 6 mindset traps that I'm going to talk about today, you really aren't able to really live your best life because you're so focused on, or you're so worried about all of these other things, or you put some sort of shame or guilt or blame on yourself that really inhibits you from living your best life. So today we're going to talk about those 6 areas, these mindset traps that get us locked into feeling not our best, and really help you work through them. So the first one is called guilt. Anyone ever feel some guilt? Guilt is when you have the mindset of because I carry guilt, therefore I should be punished. You really start to self-sabotage in that frame of mind. So because you feel like you should be punished, you don't allow yourself to have the good. When you feel like you should be punished because you're carrying guilt, you feel like you start to limit yourself in where you're able to go and what you're able to accomplish, because you don't allow yourself to feel and love and have joy in your life because you have this mindset of I should be punished. None of these things are true. You don't have to feel guilty about something. There's really an amazing thing called forgiveness and grace. And it's this amazing peace of mind that God loves you no matter who you are. And yes, you should maybe feel guilty on when you do something wrong, but when you ask for forgiveness, you're able to let it go because Christ came and died on the cross and wipes away all of our sin. So you don't have to carry around the guilt with you all the time. He's washed all of those things from you. It's all hung on the cross. Let go of it. You don't need to be punished. You need to just let go and be free from it. The second one is blame. A lot of people think because I carry blame, therefore I should carry all the burdens. Again, this is a mindset trap that makes us stay stuck in where we are. It makes us feel overladen and feel like we just can't keep going where we're wanting to go. And we don't have to carry all the burden. Again, Christ came to take all of that from us. As I'm recording this, the upcoming weekend is Easter. We're in the Holy Week right now. Tomorrow, we'll be starting the Holy Week services. And it's just one of those things that it's a good reminder for us that we don't have to have guilt. We don't have to have blame. We don't have to have shame. We don't have to feel unloved. We don't have to feel broken or imperfect because God's created us in amazing ways that He is carrying those burdens for us. He is taking the blame. He is fixing our broken hearts. He's letting us remember that we are imperfect, but we live in a broken world where we are all broken, but He puts us back together. He gives us the ability to be whole. He gives us the ability to be the person that He's created us to be. We all are are made in his likeness, and we are all made perfectly for him to fulfill the purpose that he's created us for. So you have all kinds of mindset traps like guilt and blame. And the next one is shame. And it's because I'm ashamed, therefore I should hide or suppress. I was talking with a good friend yesterday, and she was talking, as humans, we really don't feel all of the feelings that we need to feel. We are so good at pushing down those feelings and thinking, I'm just going to forget about it and I'm going to walk away from it, instead of really feeling it and really understanding it and why we're feeling it, and dealing with the emotional issue that's at hand. I know I was talking to her actually about my relationship with my father and how it isn't really there, but there's a lot of feelings that come up with that. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of feeling of love. There's unloved. There's a lot of feelings of being broken and imperfect, and all of those things, all of these feelings, guilt, blame, all of this stuff around some certain situations with my dad. But when I can let go of those things, I can feel the feelings, I can share my story, and I can let other people know that they're not alone in the same thing. I know that I'm not alone. I've heard other people's stories, and it makes me feel better about it as well. But feeling the feelings and not hiding and suppressing them. I don't need to feel shame. I need to let it go. I need to let God, and I need to let him know that he, as in my Father, Holy Father, that I am his child, and that's what really matters. A lot of people walk around with the feeling of being unloved. Because I'm unloved, therefore I should be perfect. And this perfection mindset. There's no such thing first of all of perfection. The only perfect person walked and was hung on a cross, walked this earth thousands of years ago, and then was hung on a cross. So we're all broken individuals. We all make mistakes. We all have issues. We're all imperfect. But because he made us, because he came and died on the cross for us, we are going to be able to live a perfect life in heaven someday. And while we're here on this broken earth, we can, work through these things, feel the emotions, feel the things, and live life as an example for him. So because I'm broken, therefore I should appear whole. A lot of times this is like that fake it till you make it kind of mindset. And, that doesn't, it's one of those things that suppresses those feelings. It's one of those things that we try to push off what's happening in our world instead of really dealing with it and living and learning from it. And then the last one is being imperfect. Because I am perfect, therefore I should imitate what looks perfect. And then we try to be somebody else that we're not. And it really just cycles into this negative spiral of all these shameful things. So if you're feeling imperfect, if you're feeling broken, if you're feeling like you are unloved, or you have shame in your heart, or that you're guilty, or that you feel like you are something of blame, those are all self-sabotaging things. And when we focus on these negative mindsets of all of these, guilt, blame, shame, unloved, broken, imperfect, and we focus on the negative thing, we are losing out on so much of the positive. We are losing out on the fact that we are whole in Christ. We are perfect in his image. We are loved, unfathomably loved in so many ways, that we'd have no shame in what's happened to us, because it's all created us. It's all shaping us into who we are going to be, and for a purpose. There's no reason to blame anything. We don't need to carry any burdens. We don't need to punish ourselves for things over and over again, because God's here to save us. He's here to forgive us. He's here to promote us for good and to live out the world and bless the broken world around us. So if you're feeling any of those things today, I would pray that you would be encouraged by this, that you know that you can overcome all of these things by just remembering whose you are, and remembering that you can go to him in any sort of way. We're doing this amazing series right now in my church it's about Lamentations, which is about lamenting. And lamenting is coming to Christ with all of our suffering, all of our worries, all of our anguish, all of our things, like just really coming to him with everything, not just making this like perfect prayers of happiness and joy and whatever, but like really like even getting angry at God and being present and what is our struggle, and letting him know those things. Yes, he knows all this stuff anyway, but us coming to him is like us having our kids come to us with their struggles, right? We want to be there for them. We want to support them. We want to encourage them. And he wants to do the same thing for us. If we come to him in our lament, if we go to him when we feel shameful and unloved and broken and imperfect and guilty and full of blame, like you can go to him in all things, and he will help carry you. He will forgive you. He will help you move forward in a positive way. So that's my encouragement today. If you want to check out that series, it's been a powerful, powerful series. You can go to orchardhill.org and then click on the section of the listen in to our current series, and I think there are 5 lessons, and they are absolutely amazing. You'll get to hear from pastors who are real with us. They share personal stories. They share how they've come out of, or they've used limitation, or they've come out of struggles in their life, because God is a good God, and He doesn't want us to feel these things. He wants us to live in this world and show others that God is here and that you are loved, and that even if we struggle, we're not always guaranteed a perfect life here. We're guaranteed a life where we will learn and we will and move forward, and that we can show His blessings to other people. I have the quote on my wall over here that says, God didn't promise days without a pain, laughter without sorrow, sun without rain, but He did promise strength, the comfort in the tears, and the light for the way. And that is so true. And whenever our time here is up, whenever our purpose here is up on this earth, we will get to go to heaven and be with Him and be perfect in that situation. But if you are struggling in any sort of way, I would love for you to message me and comment below, or send me a message where I can pray for you and be an encouragement to you. And if you want to hear more of our past episodes, head over to choosetoriseUp.com. Leave us a rating and review on Podbean. It helps more people find this and be encouraged by this. And if you know somebody else that needs to know this, head over to chooseyoureyesUp.com, click on the Listen Now section, and find the podcast that you can send to someone else there. So thanks for joining me this morning. I know this is a little heavier topic than normal, but it's been one that I felt like we needed to talk about, because there are so many of us that are feeling these feelings, that are wrapped up in some of these negative mindsets that are not serving us and not serving the world, and keeping us from living the purpose and the God-blessed life that He wants us to live here on earth. So if you'd like to connect more, I'd love to hear from you, and I hope to see you back here again next time. Bye.